Ever since I saw Devin Townsend play one, I've wanted a Fender Strat and Sienna Sunburst. I was adamant about a couple details. It had to have a maple fretboard, had to have an ash body, and it had to have a humbucker in the bridge. The American Professional 2 that had come out in Sienna Sunburst had a pine body, and I wasn't a fan of the pine look. There was a player Strat with a flame maple veneer and even a similar Squire Strat, but again, it wasn't what I was after. My patience eventually paid off though, as I found a 2017 American Professional Strat in Sienna Sunburst with the specs I wanted, which we'll go through real quick. We have an ash body, a deep C shaped maple neck with a fretboard radius of 9.5 inches, 22 narrow tall frets, 2-point synchronized tremolo, and a Shawbucker in the bridge with Shaw designed V-Mod single coils in the middle and neck position. When this guitar arrived, I was kind of floored actually. Not only was it what I'd been wanting, but the body had some nice grain patterns and a slight burl. The maple neck was equally impressive with some intense grain and a subtle flame to it. As far as looks go, this thing far exceeded my expectations. But a guitar can look good all day long, but it has to be a player too. I already knew that I wanted to set this up for open C, so I immediately put strings on it and gave it a setup. Not only does it play great, but it sounds killer. I know Fender isn't generally viewed as a metal guitar brand, even though Fender guitars have been put to good use by metal musicians such as Jim Root and Trevor Perez. It's worth noting how good the Shawbucker is in this regard. Chords sound huge, single note riffs are clean and articulate, and there's no mud. While this pickup isn't as hot as what most metal players would gravitate towards, it's no slouch. One of my favorite passive pickups out there. And few of my Fender guitars are stock, from little things like locking tuners to hardware changes, and most often pickup changes. But this guitar, some locking tuners and I was done. While the guitar lacks the contoured neck heel that the American Professional 2 series would get, this is still a very comfortable guitar to play. Strats, while not everybody's cup of tea as far as looks go, are generally comfortable, and Leo hit the mark on that with the design. I've done a lot of videos on Strats, so I don't really know what I can say that I haven't said before. Fender has had some QC issues in recent years, but this is an exceptional guitar, so I guess let's just get to the demo. thing with a guitar like this is that it has a lot of heft to it by having the humbucker in the bridge, while the middle and neck single coils offer flexibility and color that you don't get with dual humbucker guitars. You can riff on the heaviest of songs, but still get that trademark Strat quack with the neck and middle pickups. As I mentioned earlier, the Shawbucker isn't typically a pickup that gets brought up when talking about humbucking pickups for metal, but it should. It works perfectly fine for that application. Granted, gain is a lot easier to come by these days, and the need for high output humbuckers isn't so much of a necessity as it once was. While the color options of the original American Professional series isn't as robust as the American Pro 2, if you're looking for one that's in Sienna Sunburst, I suggest taking a look at the used market for one of these. They still have plenty in either pickup configuration, and in my opinion, the color and the grain patterns on the ash body just look better than the pine bodies of the American Pro 2. Prices are much better too, as you can find these at the time of this recording for around $1,000 to $1,200 US, which is a lot better than what they were a few years ago. I'm very happy with this guitar, and it's great to check off another guitar that was on my bucket list. I don't use it all the time, but every time I pick it up, I'm glad I bought it. So anyways guys, if you have an American Professional Strat, either a 1 or a 2, because I have reviewed an American Pro 2, which I'll link in the description below, let me know what you think of these guitars. I personally like them. I haven't had any issues with either one, and I would gladly buy more should I feel the need to. But like I said, I know that they've had QC issues the past few years, and it's been a while since I bought a new Fender, so let me know if you have one, if you had any issues with it in the comments below. And like always, thank you for taking the time to watch, and we'll see you in the next one.